found the chat and you're all typing in it. It's awesome, because that's one of the things we were going to learn today, where to find the chat. But it's all good. You're ready. All right, it's 9 o'clock and we are ready to go. Looks like we have a nice full orientation today and people are still coming in. I do see your hands raised and we will go over any questions that you might have at the very end. So welcome everybody. My name is Heather Bennett. I'm the Student Support Administrator at WAVA. And with me today is Miss Kathy Swartz. She is the Student Resource Coordinator at WAVA. And we're so excited to have you here. I know there are some new families today and some returning, and we are so excited to get started this year. This is for the 2021-2022 school year. And if any parents are on here, can you believe that it's 2021? It's crazy. It's going so fast. Well, welcome everybody. So this orientation is designed to help new families prepare for school. We'll talk about essential getting started information and support. We'll learn to utilize those tools that we use during Class Connect, and we'll get to know school expectations and community. And don't worry, your first few weeks with your teacher when you first start school, you'll continue to learn how to use New Row and how to complete your lessons and things like that. So don't worry if you're in orientation today and you're still confused. It's a-okay. You've got lots of time to get used to everything and get a routine set. And here are your elementary school administrators. We have Miss Wally, your principal, and Miss Krailman, the assistant principal. And they're super excited you're here. And at WAVA, we have two programs. We have our regular WAVA program, where you go to your required classes every day and you do your daily lessons. Then we also have a new program this year called the Flex program. And that is more of an independent program. And that is led by our Flex coordinator, Miss Rosie Baylor. So there may be some Flex students in the class with us today. And so some of the information that I give today might not pertain to you, and I will let you know what that is as we move along. And Flex students, you will have an orientation on August 31st. We've scheduled that for 1 p.m. and you can find that in your Class Connects. All right, so as you get started in school and as you're returning to school, I know that questions come up. So here's who you need to contact. Your teacher, your main homeroom teacher, can help you with all your academic questions, your lessons, if you can't log in, if you missed a class or you have to miss a class, if you need to check in, your monthly progress conference, that is all your teacher. I can help you with all your non-academic questions, like how to navigate, time management, organization, if you are looking for social opportunities, any learning barriers, all that great stuff. And Kathy can help you with social emotional support, non-school related issues that impact school progress. If you have questions or need help with a laptop, tech and internet resources, and government programs, Kathy is more than happy to help you. She loves it. It makes her smile every day. All right, so now on to the good stuff. We will talk about New Row. That's what we're in right now. It's our Class Connect program. We'll talk about logging into the online school, and if you ever have issues with that, we'll explore accounts, talk about attendance, staying social, and then we'll talk about this week of welcome. All right, so what you are in right now is called New Row. That's the program we use for live Class Connect sessions. And as you see with New Row, it opens up in a browser, so it should be a lot easier for you to use. But there are some tips and tricks that we have to help you be successful in New Row. Like if you're ever having any issues, you can always close down your browser and start over. That will help too if you're ever having issues. So when you first log into New Row, you click on your Class Connect and this screen should pop up. It'll have you choose your devices. Sometimes my headphones stop working, and so I have to come to this screen and I switch my communications. Camera always stays on this one, so you never have to move that one. But communications, whether you're using your headset or just your laptop, you can change that all right here. So if you're ever having issues, it's always good to go back to choosing your device to make sure you have the right device set up. And then again, we use Google Chrome for Neuro. So if you're having issues, maybe you're in Firefox, maybe you're in Explorer. If you're having issues there, try opening up Google Chrome for your Class Connects and see if that helps. And make sure it's the only web browser that you have open, because it can cause issues if you have other web browsers open. And let me get my pointer really quick. If you want to turn off your camera, you're going to click on that camera that you see right here, and it should have a line in it that turns it off. I'll do that right now. So you can see that mine is off because it has that line with your microphone. And then everyone has found chat. Thank you very much. You'll see in chat that we also have a question and answer section. So if you have questions, you can type them in there. And if you're just chatting with each other, that can be in room chat. It just helps us be able to find it, because room chat goes by really fast. You can see in there that we have a lot of messages. But if you go to the question and answer one, it's better to type your questions in there so that the teacher will find it faster. And then in the participant box, next to the word participant is a number. Can everyone type that number in the chat box, please? That's the number of people in our class. 175. Thanks, everybody. And you'll see that change as we move along with our class. It might get higher, it might get lower as people come in and out of our class. It depends on if they're having any issues with getting into class, right? Sometimes you do, you just log out and log back in, no big deal. You can see down here on your screen, there is a plus and a minus sign. So if you are having a hard time seeing my screen right here, this PowerPoint, you can click on that plus sign to make it bigger, and it just changes it just for yourself. So you don't have to worry that you're changing the view of it for anybody else. And then when I click on this little pencil, you should see your tools pop up on the top of the screen. Give me a yes in the chat box if you see those tools now. Nope, some people do. Okay, cool. All right. I am still getting to know Class Connect too. Neuro is different for us. All right, thanks everybody. All right, so I am going to turn those tools back on, and let me make sure that you have them as well. Let me go up here to my settings and just make sure everybody has those tools. Okay, so those tools should pop up for you. So we are not going to draw quite yet. We are only going to use our pointer. So I see everybody has their pointer. Good job, everybody. Grab your pointer and come over here on our map. And you are going to click on, or just hold your pointer over where in Washington you live. Look how cool that looks. Oh, I see some people live out in the ocean. But look at everybody up in Washington State. Isn't that amazing that there are so many people in this class and we live all over the state of Washington? That is pretty cool. Kathy and I both live down here in Pierce County. It's a wonderful place to live. Let's see where everybody else lives. I see Grant, Okanagan, Spokane, Benton. It's kind of hard for me to see this, so I'm going to zoom in just like I already told you guys that you could do, and I didn't. So there we go. I see Grays Harbor, Jefferson, Skagit, Snohomish, King. We are just all over the place. Good job, everybody. That is pretty neat, huh? Okay, let's move on to the next screen. So now you're going to go up here and you're going to find your shape tool. So everyone go to the top where your whiteboard tools are, click on a shape, I'm picking the square, and you can come over here and draw a shape around your favorite sea creature. I'm going to pick the turtle today. I'm going to click on that turtle. Good job, everybody, and that should definitely fill up. I love it. I love that you're able to practice with your tools. Good job, everybody. Awesome. We'll give you just a couple more seconds so you can keep practicing. Great work. Thanks, everybody. And now we are just going to practice drawing on this page. You can see in the whiteboard tools, there's a little pencil. So I'd like you to click on that pencil, and we're just going to cover up this page. Go ahead and draw. On Friday, we have a workshop called Q&A session, and during that time, I'm just going to keep the whiteboard open so that you can practice drawing while we answer any questions that you have. I think it's super important that we all learn to use these tools, and it's pretty fun. Good job, everybody. That looks awesome. Great work. Thanks, everybody. So now I'm just going to turn off the tools. So I have to just come up here. All right, to my settings. There we go. Great job, everybody. All right, so let's talk about your personal workspace. That is the area where you are going to do your schooling. Since you're in online school, you are not stuck at a desk, right? You can have your materials in one spot, and maybe you take your laptop and you kind of move around your house, wherever you can find a quiet space. A lot of our families like to have like a file box or a bookshelf where they keep all of their materials for WAVA. And they get those out bright and early in the morning, and they set them up either at their desk, at their dining room table, maybe at their kitchen counter, wherever it works best for you. You get that set up, make sure that you're ready to go for school, and you do your schooling for the day. And when you're done for the day, you get all your materials gathered up. Make sure you've got everything. Make sure a little brother or sister didn't wander off with your math book or your language arts book. You get everything put away, and you go about your day. So let me check the chat box. Let's see who has their personal workspace set up already. All right. Good job, everybody. And you might find that at first you don't have a space set up for yourself yet, and that's okay. You might just check in with other students when you're in class just to see what they do, and maybe you'll get some good ideas. But it's just super important to have a space where you put all your materials so that you don't lose anything, so that you're always ready to go every day for school. All right, so logging in. You know, every once in a while we log in and we forget our username or password, and that's okay. It happens to all of us. So you'll just go here on the main page where you log in and you click forgot username or forgot password, and maybe you're still having issues. That's when you call K-12 customer care, and they are happy to help you with your username and password. Unfortunately, your teacher does not have your username and password information. So if you're really having issues, it's best to call K-12 customer care. So when you log in, let's look at the Learning Coach account. Learning Coaches in your account, you're going to see, let's look at number 1 up here. This is the student switcher. So maybe you have one student in WAVA, maybe you have multiple students in WAVA. This is where you can click on here and go through which student you want to look at. Maybe you start with your youngest student first and you want to see their daily schedule, but you can toggle through there. And then you've got your toolbar up here where there's email, your quick links, and then the Learning Coach information. And then, of course, we've got your student navigation down here at number 3. You can see their schedule, courses, account information, if they have any files that were shared. And then the 4th is the date. So maybe you want to look at today. Maybe you want to toggle to another day. You could see that information right here. And then number 5 is my favorite. This is where you can filter. You can see the daily schedule, so you can see just the things that your student needs to do that day, or you can filter it to weeks, so you can see their full week, or you can look at their overdue assignments. So that is number 5 on your screen. Number 6, that just tells you what it is. So that's the information about what you're looking at. Number 7 are all the courses that your student will be completing that day. Number 8 are the assignments attached to those courses. Number 9 shows when they are due. Number 10 shows if they've been completed. And then 11 are the events for the day, the classes for the day. And you can see on here that some classes are required, the science class and the American history. And then this one says optional, the writing class. So you'll have required classes and optional classes. And this is just a quick look at the student page. We have a new setup this year, so it's pretty interactive and pretty fun. So this shows your daily plan. Your class connects are on top, your lessons are on the bottom. You can change this. It doesn't have to be science. There's other ones that you can pick. So over here on the left-hand side, if you just want to view your courses, you can. If you want to see if you have any messages. So it's very interactive, very easy for you to use. And as we move along this week in our workshops, we will look into this even more. So let's talk about attendance. Returning families already know how attendance works at WAVA, but new families do not. And so we want to make sure that you know how attendance is taken at WAVA. We do not log attendance. It's taken automatically. So it's super important that you do these 5 things. Make sure that you're logging in every school day. Make sure that you complete your daily plan. So that was all the lessons assigned to you that day. Make sure you attend your required classes. Make sure you communicate with your teacher every week. And then attend your required monthly progress conference. And monthly progress conferences, returning students can tell you this is not a scary thing. This is a time for you to go and meet your teacher, talk to your teacher about how great you are, ask any questions. This is a time for you two to get to know each other. So look forward to your monthly progress conferences. And for our learning coaches, the average time commitment per day for a learning coach for elementary school student is 3 to 6 hours. If you find that you are taking longer than that, please reach out to your teacher, or you can reach out to me, and we can go through what might be causing you to take a lot longer. We don't want you to spend your entire waking hours of the day doing schoolwork, right? School is just one chunk of time, and we want to make sure that you're able to move through there. So if you're ever having any issues, please contact your teacher and me. All right, staying social and connected at WAVA. We use the K-12 app for all of our communication with our learning coaches. This is a great place to go to meet up with other learning coaches, ask questions, get a lot of great information about WAVA and Stride. So it's k12.com/app. We have our resource website, wavabulletinboard.com, and then we also have monthly newsletters sent out. And here is your week. Right now you are in orientation. Thank you so much for being here. The rest of the week we have workshops. The workshops are optional, but full of great information. Just like today, they will be recorded. So if you are not able to attend workshop, that's okay. You can watch the recording. You can find your recordings right where you found this class. Once everybody is out of the class and it's completely closed down, I should be able to release the recording for everybody. It should be right away, but sometimes it takes a couple hours. So if you don't see a recording right away, just wait a few hours and then it should show up. Workshops are not required, but they are great to go to. You should also see something called the Welcome to Online Learning course pop up in the student account. These are 4 lessons for you to complete. Lots of great information in there, so please complete those. You can complete them anytime up to the first day of school. But again, they are full of great information, and it's only 4 lessons, pretty easy to complete. So try to do that as soon as you can. And then that is the end of our orientation. So thank you guys so much for being here. Kathy and I can stick around for another 10 minutes. I am just going to turn off the recording.